We are in Moonvember, right? The average returns in November is even better than October. In October, average return is 22%. So we came in a little under this year. We got 11%, a little bit under 22%, but still, we eked out double digits. So that is a win. But in average, in November or Moonvember, 43%. Mostly because 2013, okay, so this is skewed because in 2013, November netted a 450% return. I don't think we'll ever see a month ever going forward where we will see a 450% return. So, if you discount that year, if you average out all the other years, it's more probably in line with like a double digit, okay, or a single digit, because there are years where you can see there are red, right? So that 43% is actually gone. If you look at a medium, it's more like 7%. So nevertheless, it's still normally a good month. But here's the thing. We know this month there are many catalysts. Next week in the US, we have a big elections coming up. I mean, many elections, not just one. But the biggest one is we will get a new president, and then we're going to get a new Congress. We're going to get a lot of new things. Okay? That's going to be a big thing. And number two, we're going to get another FOMC meeting. And we're going to get another rate cut. And we're going to see what Fed Chair Powell is going to say. So we have two big, huge events coming up next week. That's going to set the stage for not only Moonvember, but also the Santa rally that's going to happen in December. And there's going to be another FOMC meeting in December too, with another rate cut. So we got a lot of big catalysts happening next 2 months. Even though a lot of you guys I know are not in the US, but like it still applies to you guys. It still applies because most of the volume is in the US. So yeah. And not only that, speaking of Moonvember, there's another catalyst. Tomorrow is the start of the new moon. So whenever there's a new moon or a full moon, generally speaking, there's some craziness that happens. Now, some people discount this, but I have brought up the moon chart or the moon indicator on the charts. And if you look at it, there's always something wild when there's a full moon. So there's a new moon that's coming up in Moonvember that could also cause some disruptions in a good way. It could be a good way or a bad way, but I'm going to say it's a good way. I'm just going to throw that out there. So that is also something that's coming up. Outside of those things, as for charts, well, I mean, it hasn't changed since October. Looking at these long-term charts, nothing has changed. That giant cup and handle that I've been showing you guys could see it. That giant cup and the handle breaking out in the handle every single time. Really, you could see every single halving basically. You could see that handle forming, and then we break out of the handle. That's still in play. And this is what it looks like. And we have broken out of it. We just haven't seen a huge pump upwards yet. But normally speaking, that happens in the next year. But we should, because of the catalyst of this month and December, we should see a pretty good rise at the end of this year, leading to six figures, $100,000 Bitcoin. And then that's when next year we see the top going up to wherever we end up, 200, 250, 300. Some people say even higher, 500,000. I don't know, but it's going to be higher than where we are now. That's what I know. It's going to be higher than now. Despite the massive outflows from some of these other funds, guess who didn't have a massive outflow? No surprise, Big Daddy Larry Fink said, I'm going to be buying. I mean, that's pretty massive. When you have 75 million, 74 million, nearly 100 million leaving the three other funds, you have BlackRock buying 320 million. And we eked out a net positive because of BlackRock alone. That's crazy. That's crazy if you think about it. That's how much BlackRock is now accumulating. I've been showing you guys BlackRock's numbers. They are now adding at a pace that will have them above Satoshi's number by the end of this year. That's how fast they are now moving. The volume on IBIT is more than all the other funds added together. Not only that, it's more than like triple of everything else added together. That's how much volume and buying there is and how much inflow there is. BlackRock is now going nutty with Bitcoin. It's crazy. Doesn't matter if it's a bad day. They will continue to buy and buy and buy. You can see the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, nothing but inflows, and they're massive inflows. And of course, there are whales outside of BlackRock, and institutions are buying too. They realize that when there is a buying opportunity, you buy. Here's a casual $39 million buy. Yeah, when there's a dip, why not? Why not? There's not going to be many dips like that, right? So, again, retail investors, too many fall for it, too many panic sell. You got to learn from these big boys. When there's a buying opportunity, rather than panic sell, you do the opposite. Panic buy. No, you shouldn't panic anything. You shouldn't even panic buy. But the best case scenario is buy the dip if you can, or just hodl, okay? Just don't do anything while you're panicked. That's the best option.